What's going on, guys? It's Dan the Vet Man here. Hope you're having a great day. I'm working on the C7 Z51 and I'm changing the starter. So I went to go hop in the car, try to start it up, and push the ignition switch, and I just heard a click. So then I was thinking, well, maybe it could be the battery. So I got some jumper cables, hooked it up to the battery, and tried to jump it. Had plenty of power, wasn't the issue, battery was good. Still, pushed the ignition button, just heard a single click. I can't duplicate the sound right now because I got the car jacked up and I'd already did all the hard work, which was an absolute pain in the you-know-what. But it wasn't too bad. It's just very time consuming to remove the headers, and it's got Texas speed headers on it. And I had to unbolt them from both sides of the block to get the exhaust to lower enough to where I can access both bolts to get the starter off. So I'll show you what the starter looks like, show you what the issue I'm having. So this is the old starter, obviously. This is the new one. This one's gonna be going in today. So the issue I had was, oh, by the way, I also did remove the heat shield off of this. It made it a little easier, gave me a little bit more space to get the starter down. And all it is you have your cable that connects here, and then your other cable, which I believe supplies the power and helps create the spark to get this motor to start going. So I'll show you, this broke off completely, which was down here like this. So this post right here is supposed to be on the old starter, just like this one. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get this flange nut off, so it just completely snapped. But as you can see, it's just, I mean, this car is practically 10 years old. It's, I would imagine with this looking like this has not been changed before or touched. So yeah, I tried to get it off, it wasn't working. So more than likely, I'm gonna have to go to the auto parts store real quick and go pick up the flange head nut. So yeah, but I mean, it's old, it's beat up, it happens, it's rusted out. You know, this thing has probably seen a lot of starts, a lot of corrosion. Not too bad, but, and this all just broke and cracked up when I was using the wrench trying to get that bolt off, so you can see how much torque I had to use. I mean, sorry, the head nut. And that's not looking too bad. So, assuming how everything looked over here, I'm assuming that failure came from the solenoid. Just my educated guess, and not the motor itself. But judging by how that looks, but you know, water and condensation gets up in there, it just rusts out a little bit. That's not too bad, it's a normal problem. But this solenoid was pretty busted, so I'm sure that's what it was. Hitting that button and then hearing that click, it just wasn't, it just gave up its last life. I did notice it had some issues with like hard starting, well, not hard starting, but like it was very hesitant. So I thought it was a battery issue. So when you started, it just took a couple times to crank over. But with this new guy in, that should not be an issue. As you can see, pristine condition, never used, brand spanking new. It is an exact replacement for the starter on the C7 Corvette. It is not an aftermarket, it is not a truck starter or anything like that. It is a Corvette starter. So luckily they had one in stock. I got it at the GM parts department. So 13 millimeter bolts will go there. I'll throw the heat shield back on there and we should be back in business. So, but right now I gotta head to the store and try to find another one of these, and we'll get back into this. So I just finished with Advanced Auto Parts, and I'm gonna show you these what you call it, the flange hex nuts that I just got. So I couldn't get a exact replacement, but these are pretty much the exact same thing that they use. So it shouldn't be an issue. I'm gonna show you what they look like. So just in case you ever have an issue and you're replacing your starter, this thing snaps off, and the flanged hex nut snaps off, like in this case, which was, I mean, it's not an absolute disaster, but it's pretty upsetting because, you know, it slows things down. So it's supposed to be on there like that. That hex nut was really just stuck on there and was not trying to come off. So I had to use the impact and ultimately just snapped it. And I mean, the other starter was toast anyway, so I wasn't too concerned about it. So simple fix, get you one of these, size M8-1.25. That is the exact size. Should fit on here with no problem. That's going to go on there and secure our battery cable to it to provide power, and we'll be good to go. So I'm gonna start bolting that up on there, and hopefully this works. All right, so the new starter's on there. Everything looked okay. Got all the wires connected back up. Hopefully this works. Got those 13 millimeters back up in there. I'm just gonna bolt up the exhaust, get everything connected back to the headers, and we should be good to go. All right, so getting the headers bolted back up there, putting the header bolts on, got the gaskets in there. I'll do the other side. I gotta button up the exhaust on the bottom, and these using the 13 millimeter. And it's unfortunate, like I said, it was just a pain in the you-know-what to try to get the headers off of both sides, but got it all done. Starter's under there, and hopefully it fires up. So I'm gonna go ahead and take care of this side and the other side, button up the bottom of the exhaust, and we'll try it out. So I got everything buttoned up. It is a different day today. The suspense has been killing me, but it was just, you know, it would suck if I did all this work and this thing didn't start. So I'm gonna do the auto start, and we're gonna see what happens. But auto start's not working. Try the ignition. There we go. So everything is good for the most part. I did notice that I had some misfires, so it's gonna be spark plug related, definitely. I think I just didn't put the plug wires in all the way. So I got some the dielectric grease to put on there for the boots, and I'm gonna take care of that. Make sure those are secure. That should take care of that problem. But aside from that, it wasn't too bad of a job. It's just a lot of work jacking up the car because I only have jack stands. If you have a lift, it'd be much easier to get up under there. But if you have headers, especially long tubes like I do, they got to come up off of it. There's no other way. I tried, and that took longer of a process. But anyways, thanks for checking this out. Put some more videos when I get a chance. I'm going to be doing one later today, actually. And let me know what you think. Peace.